Hi, I'm Terry, and today I want to share on human beings. Beings. There's different personality types, and one of the personality types is very analytical, methodical. I'm a teacher. I like a lot of order. And then a controller. A controller is one that's kind of A-type personalities. Everything's straight and orderly, and they're on it, and they're going to be the one that takes charge and gets something done. And all of these characteristics are good and bad. They're not a negative unless you do them to your detriment. And then there's what's called a promoter, and a promoter is like one that supports others and encourages others, and they're always thinking about lifting others up. And then there's one, I forget the name of it, but I'm going to call it a social one that is the party in a box. You know, the one that always shows up and you just want to be around them because they're fun, okay? They're just so much fun. You're like, I just want to stand by them because the energy is so good. Well, so often, and this is one thing I am learning, and I want to encourage you, it's good to be all four of those, because you have to be, when you're working with your clients or even in relationships, sometimes you have to move towards what they are. So let's say if I'm working with somebody that is very analytical, I really connect to them, there's no problem. We're kind of tracking on the same wavelength. But if I meet a promoter and they're all encouraging and they want to be patted on the back, and I'm more in my controller or analyzer, and I don't want to slow down and encourage them and move a little slower, then I can actually run them off instead of connecting to them. And then let's just say, what about somebody that's the social one, the one that's the party in the box? What if I'm all about business, Miss Analytic Controller, and I'm here, I need to get my work done, and I don't even have not even lifted my head, I got to do my checklist. And then the promote, or the social one, is, well, how your day's going? How was your weekend? Hey, let me tell you what we did. And so they're wanting to like visit, and they're wanting to have fun, and maybe they even want to stop and have a cup of coffee. And if I'm too busy about getting from A to B, you see, I will run that person off. I will not connect to them. So number one, you need to know about these things so you know how you're operating, so you know how to connect to others, to be more about what their needs are. So even though I'm an analytical person most of the time, that's a good thing, and I operate there, but I have to learn how to move out of that, because I need to be able to be just a more being and not a doer. And this is what I really wanted to camp on. I wanted to share a little bit about that. But so often the world has made us doers. We have to get up. We've got to do certain things all day long. The only way you excel is if you work overtime and you move up the ladder. I mean, there's always accolades, things to aspire to be, and all that's good. But you can be so much about doing that you are never being. And I've really had to pull back and learn how to just be a human being, because I feel like even I have to do so many things to sit down. I have to do so. I even find myself eating, standing up. And so I'm starting to like pull in the reins and allow myself just to be, because God says, be still and know that I'm God. And one time he told me that when you're still, and that means when you're not doing, you're just being, enjoying nature, sitting on the back porch, maybe drinking a cup of coffee, just being, not learning, not thinking, not on your phone, not analyzing, or not controlling, just being. Whenever you're just being, then God can give you knowledge. He says, be still and know that I am God. Knowledge comes when you're still in his presence. So if you're stuck, if you're waiting for your next idea, if you're in the middle of the meantime and you're trying to persevere with patience, or maybe you've reached the other side and you're rocking it out, well, you still have to take that time to just be, because that's when the goal comes. That's when the peace comes, the ideas, the rejuvenation. So just want to encourage you today to ask yourself, am I being a human being, or am I just a human doer? So y'all enjoy the day, and y'all leave me some comments and let me know.